I got a little bit of a funny story I wanted to share with you. So me and my wife have been married about 8 years, and for a honeymoon we went down to Florida. To be honest, I don't even remember the exact location. I just know it was somewhere down towards the southern part. We're getting checked into our hotel, and right at the front desk they asked, I say, hey, you got any interest in free complimentary lunch? They got a real nice little lunch thing that they do. I said, oh, that sounds great. She said, oh, why don't you go over and talk to those people over there at the table? And there was like a person or two kind of sitting over there with a little sheet of paper and everything, and we go over and start talking to them, and they said, oh yeah, we just require that you put $20 down just so that no one bails, because these meals are, specifically made for you and we don't want to lose that. You'll get your $20 back after you eat lunch. We just want to make sure people actually show up for this event. So some time goes by and the day comes that we're going to get our free lunch. We go down, we start figuring out, said, oh, you got to go over to this building and they'll help you out there. So we drive over to this other building and we walk in, and there's like an entryway and kind of a hallway, and we get signed in and everything, and next thing you know, we're getting shoveled and shuffled into this room. And by the time we got in there and figured out we were in this big trap sort of deal, we turn around and look, and there's just doors everywhere. We didn't even realize what door we actually came into this place. So they said, well, go find a table and sit down. So me and my wife we're kind of introverts, I guess, in some ways. And so we went and found a little table all by ourselves, and we sat down. And all of a sudden my wife kind of perks up, and she notices this older lady. She's well past, retirement age, trying to be kind of young looking and just caked with makeup. Just thick. Like you could see it. And she's like, I think that lady's headed her way. Sure enough, she's headed towards our table. And she introduces herself. I'd say her name, but it was such an unusual name, and it does fit this lady so well. But if I gave her name out, it would be probably a pretty easy guess. You could probably Google the name and figure out exactly who I'm talking about, because there's probably only 1 or 2 people in the States with this name. So she introduced herself, but the way she introduces herself is she starts off saying, I've just been walking around for the last couple minutes with my pants down at my ankles. We're just thinking, what is going on? This is a little bit of either a bizarre lady, or this is kind of her icebreaker to get the conversation rolling a little bit. So she starts talking to us a little bit, and she says, all right, let's go ahead and get you your lunch. And we're thinking, oh, maybe we'll go into another room in this building. Oh no, we have to get into her car and go head over to this golf course to go get our special meal. So we hop in her car, and it becomes pretty apparent right off the bat that this lady is scary on the roads. I'll give you just a little example. As we're headed to this golf course, I think it was like a 3 or 4 lane road that we were on, and she was over in the very far left lane. Also, she's like, oh, we need to turn here. Doesn't even look, just bust a right, just across all lanes of traffic, and didn't even bat an eye. So we knew we were into a little bit of trouble, one off the bat, just because this lady's appearance, the conversation she was carrying, and now because of her driving. So we get to the golf course, and we still have no idea really what's going on. And next thing you know, we walk in, and I make mention, and boy, this is a pretty nice golf course. I played a little bit of golf as a kid. It was a pretty fun thing, and I just made comment about the golf course being nice looking. She said, oh, you love golf, huh? Tiger Woods lives not that far away from here on another golf course. We can go swing over there and take a look at it. It's this real nice golf course, and his house over there, and blah, blah. So halfway through this meal, it comes pretty apparent that this is basically a timeshare sales type of deal. So now we know we're in for a little bit of trouble here. So we get done eating our buffet lunch that was custom made for us, and climb back into her car, and she's gonna go take us past this golf course. We pull in, she points out this random big house. I believe it was like a yellow house or something like that. Says, oh yeah, that's Tiger Woods' house, and he plays on this golf course all the time. I don't know a lot about golf and golfers and stuff, and after doing a little searching after this incident unfolded, it was pretty apparent that that was definitely not his house. She said, oh yeah, this course is also a very nice course. Let's go take a little look. And before we even know what's going on, she jumps the curb and up onto the golf cart path. My wife immediately is embarrassed. She hits the deck. I'm sitting up in the front with this lady, and my wife's sitting in the back seat. She just dives down. Or now it looks like it's just me and this lady. And then she starts doing a lap around the golf clubhouse. And here I am just envisioning someone from the inside of this place looking out the window of this gorgeous golf course, and then here comes this car just creeping by, and here's me and this lady just sitting in there, and she was casual as all get out. So she makes a lap around the area a little bit, and one thing that really caught my attention is her comment. We came up onto one of those little small stop signs for the golf carts indicating, stop here. And she makes a comment as she's running it saying, "Oh, those little stop signs, they make me laugh every time. I don't know why they make them so funny or so small." And it's what? It's like, have you done this before? So at some point, someone from the clubhouse definitely caught wind or caught vision of this lady and just starts hauling it and tracking her down and yelling at her. She's just oblivious as we're pulling out of this golf course. So off we go to now go see these timeshares. And sure enough, she shows off some more her fantastic driving skills. She pulls up to a four-way stop and she pulls like right out in the middle of the intersection and then stops. Like she's just sitting right in the middle of the intersection. Once again, completely oblivious. So me and my wife are getting very, very nervous at this point. It's like, forget the $20. Let's try to figure out how we can get a taxi cab and get back in one piece. So we just pull up to the timeshare, and she starts showing us around the place. And it's pretty nice, It's like, I'm not gonna lie, it'd be nice to be able to afford something like that, but we didn't have the money. So we get done and we kind of, say, hey, we need to get back, whatever. We have to go meet with our Uncle Bob, just trying to figure out anything to get out of the situation. And she said, oh, okay, well, let's go take you back. Well, we're starting to walk down the hallway. And all of a sudden you start noticing, I don't know, some black pants just hit the ankles, and she continues to walk. Now, here I am, a guy, and I'm with my wife, and it's like, I don't want to say anything. I don't feel like this is my place. So my wife, steps up and says, hey, your pants. And she just giggles and laughs and thinks nothing of it and yanks them right on up and carries on her way. It was like, okay, so now the opening story here is now the second time, and she was completely oblivious. How do you not trip? So we ended up making it back all in one piece. And at the end of the night, we sat down to watch a little TV. And I don't know if you guys watch South Park or not. I've watched it here and there, but I'm definitely not a die-hard. And well, we don't have cable anymore anyways, but we flipped on the TV, and there was an episode on South Park about the family going off on the skiing trip, and the parents getting roped into this timeshare thing, and then they would try to escape and go through some door, and they'd end up into some other timeshare room, and it was like they couldn't escape. And it was like, out of all days of seeing that episode, that day was like the day for that to happen. It just couldn't hit home anymore. So it was kind of an interesting, goofy, weird story, something me and my wife will never forget in our life. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Well, tonight was the night it decided to kind of give out on us. So now we kind of come time to face a little bit of hard reality.